fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty "Hi-Yo, Silver!" The Lone Ranger. With his faithful Indian companion Tonto, the masked rider of the plains led the fight for law and order in the early western United States. The stories of his strength and courage, his daring and resourcefulness have come down to us through the generations, and nowhere in the pages of history can one find a greater champion of justice. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides with Pawnee Bill.
Come on, Silver! Hurry, big fellow! I'm Silver!
It was a bright, clear morning in May 1876 when General Custer ordered his command at Fort Abraham Lincoln to prepare for an expedition that was destined to be one of the most ill-fated in American history. There were many cheerful and hurried goodbyes as the officers and men assembled on the parade ground. Nan, the slender and dark-eyed young sister of Corporal Amos Stacy, was surprised to see her brother among the departing troops.
Amos, are you?
Yeah, I'm going with them.
But how? I mean, I thought you were
In the
over
guardhouse? That's where I was until 5 minutes ago. Now Custer's ordered out every man for this shindig.
Amos, that's wonderful. I'm so glad.
Well, I'm not. I'd a heap rather be sitting here in the fort than riding off after Indians on a wild goose chase.
Amos, how can you say that?
Because I'm fed up with being a soldier. The brass hats think that trick in the guardhouse cured me of going AWOL, well, they'd better think again.
Oh, I don't believe you. You can't really mean it.
That's what you think, sis. This is great country out here. A man could make himself some real money if he wasn't in the army. If he didn't have a kid sister tied to his coattails.
Oh, but Amos,
Oh, stop your bawling. I'm the one who ought to be crying. We'll see you when we come back.
Forward at the trot! Forward at the trot! Forward at the trot! Ho!
But General Custer and his troops didn't come back. 1 month later, on the 25th of June, they were massacred by the Indians in the Battle of the Little Bighorn. Nan Stacy received the news as bravely as she could.
That's all there is to tell, Miss Stacy. Nobody really knows what happened, except that they were all killed.
Dead. Hundreds of boys and men just like Amos. Massacred by Indians.
Other troops were sent to relieve General Custer, but...
Indians. Brutal, bloodthirsty savages who deserved to be killed.
Don't blame you for feeling that way,
Maybe Amos didn't exactly like being a soldier, but he died fighting bravely. He must have.
Sure. Every man who was with Custer is a hero. They always will be.
I hope so.
Mind me asking what you intend to do, Miss Stacy? Are you going back east?
No
or-
reason for me to do that. The only relatives I have left are in Wichita, Kansas. If I go down there, maybe I can get a job teaching school.
Wichita? It's mighty close to Indian territory.
I don't care. There's no law that says I have to like those savages.
Of course, the Indians down there are different from the Sioux up here. They're mostly Pawnees.
They're
and,
all alike as far as I'm concerned. I hate every one of them.
The main street of Wichita, Kansas in 1877 was not unlike the principal thoroughfares of many other western towns. Twin rows of one-story wooden buildings faced each other across a rutted and dusty roadway. Although its sidewalks were hot and crowded with jostling people, it was all new and exciting to a young boy who saw it for the first time that summer. He left home a few months before to become a hunter and a trapper. Now his attention was attracted by a large crowd of angry citizens at one end of the street. The boy's name was Gordon W. Lilly.
What's going on here? What's the trouble?
Oh, nothing much. Just a little Indian kid on the sidewalk.
What's wrong with that?
Bart Ferris and some of his cowhands don't like it. They're trying to kick him off. That kid's putting up a fight.
I don't blame him. I'm going to see if he needs any help.
You better watch out, Shorty. Bart Ferris is an ugly gent.
Let me by here.
You heard me, Redskin. This sidewalk ain't for you or any other critters like you. Now get off.
No. Bear Claw go to school. Walk here every day.
Why, you little varmint,
Wait. This is a public street. That boy has as much right here as you have.
Yeah, who says so?
I do.
Listen, I'll throw you both out in the middle of the road.
Why don't you try it?
Why, you...
Maybe this is the kind of talk you understand.
You dirty
Stay back, Bear Claw. Give me some room.
Hey, it's a fight. The kid knows how to handle his fist. Look at him go. Hey, Slim, what's the matter with you? Get in here and help me.
Wait, that's 2 against 1. Somebody ought to help that kid out.
Me help him. Who's that? I don't know.
Must be new to the kids. Whoever it is, the two of them are doing a good job of embarrassing the cowhands.
Serves him right. Look at that Injun punch.
Oh!
There. Maybe that'll teach you not to try kicking people smaller than you.
I teach him.
Thanks for siding me. My name's Lilly. Gordon Lilly.
Me Tonto.
Where's little Bear Claw?
Me here.
Didn't I hear you say you were on your way to school? I don't know where it is, but Tonto and I'll go along with you. Just to be sure nobody else gets the idea that public sidewalks are private property.
That's the right idea.
Come on.
It was less than an hour later in their camp a few miles from Wichita that Tonto told the Lone Ranger about his recent experience.
Glad you helped the boy, Tonto.
Him short fella, but plenty good fighter.
Evidently so. The two of you whipped Bart Ferris and one of his cowhands. Men like that need a good thrashing. What did you say the boy's name was?
Him named Lilly. Gordon Lilly.
Gordon Lilly. I never heard of him. The West needs more people with the same ideas he has.
Me not savvy.
Tonto, too many men think we're taking this country away from the Indians. That's not right. We're asking them to share it with us. The Indians are entitled to equal rights. This boy, Gordon Lilly, seems to be one of the few who realize that. We'll keep our eye on him, Tonto.
We watch him.
You said you left him and Bear Claw, the Indian boy, together? Where were they going?
Him take Bear Claw to school.
Oh, boy. Oh, there. This is schoolhouse, Bear Claw? I don't see any kids around. I guess we must be a little bit early. Yeah, I'll help you down. If the teacher's around, I'll explain how you happened to get here sooner than usual. Come on.
Oh.
Excuse me, ma'am, for busting in like this. I guess you must be the teacher.
That's right.
I brought Bear Claw to school.
So I see. It's very kind of you, but I thought Bear Claw was old enough to walk from the reservation by himself.
He is. And that's what he was doing. It wasn't his fault he ran into a little trouble.
Oh. The rest of my pupils won't be here for almost half an hour. Won't you come in and tell me what happened? You may stay out and play for a while, Bear Claw.
Yes'm.
maybe I'd better introduce myself. I'm Gordon Lilly.
And I'm Nan Stacy. Now, tell me about the trouble.
It wasn't much. A couple of hard-case cowhands tried to push Bear Claw off the sidewalk. So another Indian and I whipped the tar out of him.
Another Indian? You don't look like a redskin, Mr. Lilly.
I'm not. I'm just somebody who doesn't like to see other folks kicked around, no matter what color their skin happens to be.
That's a splendid theory. I only wish it were more practical.
Why isn't it?
Because most of the Indians are just like they've been for thousands of years. Treacherous, murdering savages.
Now, wait a minute, Miss Stacy. Indians are no better nor no worse than anybody else.
I wish I could believe that. Unfortunately, I can't.
Funny way for a school teacher to talk.
Come over here. I want to show you something. See that plaque hanging on the wall?
Mm-hmm. Looks like some kind of an honor roll. Picture of a soldier up at the top.
That's my brother. And it is an honor roll. The names are those of the brave officers and men who died with General Custer. Last year at the Little Bighorn.
Oh, I see.
They were murdered by Indians.
I'm sorry, Miss Stacy. Your brother was a right nice-looking man. But that doesn't make all Indians bad.
It does as far as I'm concerned.
All they need is for folks to understand them.
Do you?
No, but my Juniper, I'm going to. I came out here to hunt and trap, but now I've changed my mind.
What do you mean?
I don't know for sure, but I'm going to find out. Major North?
That's right. What can I do for you, young man?
You're the Indian agent in charge of the Pawnee Reservation. I want a job in your office as interpreter.
I do need an interpreter, but you're pretty young.
I've been studying 2 or 3 of the Indian dialects. I can learn more.
What's your name?
Gordon Lilly.
All right, Lily. Since you're so anxious for a job no one else wants, we'll give you a trial.
It was one night less than a week later, and before Gordon Lilly had fairly started on his new job as interpreter, that Tonto brought startling news to the Lone Ranger.
Oh, Scout, oh, fella, fella. Kimasabi.
Tonto, what's wrong?
Me see plenty Indians. War party. Them ride from north, head for Pawnee Reservation.
War party? Why would they be heading that way?
Me think maybe them outlaw Pawnees go to reservation, make plenty trouble.
You may be right. Here, Silver.
Gordon Lilly live in little house alone out there.
I never thought of that, steady big fella. We've got to warn him. Come on, Silver.
Get him up, Scout.
Ho, Silver.
Scout, ho.
Easy, big fella. We'll leave the horses here, Tonto. I don't think there's a chance. Listen, there they come. We've got to reach the house first.
What? Masked. An outlaw.
Keep your gun in leather. We've come to help you.
Help? What? The Indian with you. He's the one who helped.
And this man friend, me Tonto.
There's a war party of Indians riding this way.
War party? Well, who are they?
I don't know who they are. Maybe outlaw Pawnees, maybe not. But you know what'll happen if they reach the Pawnee camp. It'll be like a spark in a powder keg.
Yes, I know that.
You must know Spotted Horse, a Pawnee chief. Can you reach him and tell him to hold his braves in check?
I'll ride to his lodge as quick as I can.
Good, hurry.
You and Tonto, what do you do?
We'll try to hold them here as long as we can. Go on.
Kimasabi, what we do?
They won't expect gunfire from here. We'll shoot over their heads. That may hold them for a little while. Here they are. Shoot high, Tonto.
Bullets come plenty close.
I know, but at least they're stopped. The question now is how long we can hold them.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger story. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. Now, to continue our story. The Lone Ranger's plan had created an effective diversion. The outlaw Indians halted and returned the gunfire that came from the little house at the edge of the Pawnee Reservation.
This is one of the tightest spots we've ever been in, Tonto.
That's right.
We're keeping them from going further, but our ammunition won't last forever.
Me hope boy talk to Spotted Horse and maybe bring help.
You see what I mean, Spotted Horse? These Indians aren't Pawnees. They can't be. They're just down here to start trouble. But some friends of mine are trying to hold them up near the edge of the reservation. They need help. Can't you send some braves you can trust?
You help Bear Claw, son of Spotted Horse. Me help you.
Good. But we'll have to hurry or my friends...
Kege Tomato!
Kege Tomato!
That's it. But tell them there's to be no fight. We just want to show those outlaws that they're not wanted here at the reservation.
Uma Tama Kishigokwe!
Now, tell them to follow me. I'm riding a paint horse.
Stataya Kego!
Thanks, Spotted Horse. I won't forget this. Come on, you Pawnees. Let's
Forget that shack, you redskin idiots. Ride on into the camp.
Tonto, did you hear that? It's a white man, and he's evidently in command of those braves out there.
And me hear that voice someplace afore.
As usual, with Indian trouble like this, there's a renegade white behind it. The Indians were left alone, they'd be... Tonto, listen.
Indian ponies come plenty fast.
The Pawnees. He must have brought some of them back with him.
And look through window. Other Indians run away fast.
No, we don't want to fight with them. Come on, let's get out of here.
Yes, the danger's past for the time being. And I wish I knew what...
How do you like that? Those Pawnee braves are really making the outlaws run.
Yes, it was a close call. We're lucky the Spotted Horse gave you his cooperation.
Yeah. Thanks to you for warning me and giving me time to ride down to the camp. Say, I'd like to know who you are.
That isn't important. The main thing is we've helped each other and averted Indian trouble. For a little while.
Yeah, but what do you mean for a little while?
There was a white man leading that war party. Tonto and I heard his voice.
I wouldn't doubt it. Had proved something I've always
Obviously,
believed.
there could be no profit in raiding the Pawnee Reservation. Something else was behind it. I'm afraid it's still there.
Yeah. I wish I wasn't tied down here. Maybe I could...
No, stay where you are. You're doing a good job. The Pawnees like you and trust you. That's something they've never given any other man in your position. Tonto and I are camped near here. We'll try to find out who's back of the outlaw Indians.
Yes.
Come on, Tonto. Adios.
Well, I'll be...
Come on, Silver. Get up. Down.
Several weeks passed. Gordon Lilly made such great progress in his job as government interpreter that the Pawnee Indians initiated him into their tribe, the first white man to be so honored. From that time on, the world knew him as Pawnee Bill. He petitioned the government for many reforms in the administration of Indian affairs. And he organized the first Indian troops in the U.S. Army, the famous Pawnee Scouts. In the meantime, the Lone Ranger and Tonto made every effort to trace the mysterious war party that had staged the futile raid. They were unsuccessful until one day, riding a back trail far north of Wichita...
Hold, Scout. Hold, fella.
Hold, Silver. Hold, boy. Hold. Easy. What is it, Tonto?
Me see smoke. Other side ridge. Maybe Indian camp.
Yes, I see it now. At least it's worth investigating. Come on, Silver.
Get him up, Scout.
Oh, Silver.
Oh,
steady now.
fella.
Better leave the horses here, Tonto. We can get closer that way. Come on. Wait, Tonto. We're almost on top of it. Look, out in that hollow, there must be 20 or 30 teepees. This is what we've been searching for, Tonto.
But that camp not Pawnee. Them Sioux.
You're right. Probably an outlaw Sioux tribe from... Oh, look. 2 men coming out of the big teepee. They're not Indians.
No. Them must be... Kimasabi.
What is it?
Me know one man, him Bart Ferris.
Yes, you're right.
Me not no other one.
Probably one of Ferris's cowboys. I wish we were close enough to hear what they're saying. That would be too risky.
We wait. Maybe them leave and we trail them, huh?
No, Kemosabe. I'll stay here. You ride and get Pawnee Bill and his scouts.
It was shortly after sundown when Tonto, Pawnee Bill, and a troop of his scouts reined up their horses a short distance from where the Lone Ranger was waiting.
Oh, Scout. This close enough. You, me walk. Rest away.
Sure. Gunganales Kuma. They'll wait. Lead off, Tonto.
Kemosabe.
Over here, Tonto. Hello, Bill.
Hi. So you found the varmints, huh?
Yes, I camped right below us. After watching them all afternoon, I'm pretty sure what their plan is.
Yeah?
They've all changed their headdress so they look like Pawnees.
Why, that dirty sneak.
They're getting ready to ride. That means only one thing. A raid that the Pawnees will be blamed for.
How are we going to stop them?
Surprise them before they leave. I think the Indians will run if we can corral those 2 white renegades.
How'll we do it?
Tell your scouts to surround the hollow. When I signal, they can ride down and have the Sioux trapped before they know what happened.
Good idea. We'll wait for your signal.
Now, wait a minute, Bill. No gunfire unless they resist. The main thing we want is the 2 white men alive.
I understand. We'll be ready when you give the word.
As silent as the very shadows through which they moved, Pawnee Bill and his Indian scouts took their places on the low hills surrounding the Sioux camp. They waited tensely for the Lone Ranger's signal. Finally, it came. 2 quick gunshots. A moment later, pandemonium broke loose. The Lone Ranger and Tonto were so intent upon the scene below them that they didn't hear the approach of 2 men behind their backs.
All right, you hombres, reach!
Behind us, Tonto. He has us covered, so we have to play for time.
Well, this is the direction the shots came from, Amos. So these 2 must have started it.
Yeah.
Keep your claws up and turn around. Both of you. Well, I'll be. Look, one of them's wearing a mask. And now we'll hoot.
The other one's a redskin.
Mind telling me how you got away from Pawnee Bill's scouts?
So that's who those redskin raiders are.
When you say raiders, you're talking about your outlaw Sioux, aren't you?
Oh, stop the palaver. I don't know who these critters are, but they've got something to do with what happened. I'm gonna...
Sure, go ahead. Blast them.
No, you won't.
Oh, my arm!
Gotcha, huh?
Oh, you!
Oh! Did I get him? I saw the varmint draw, and I was afraid he was...
You got him all right, Bill, and just in time. I was looking at the other one.
A low-down, sneaking critter,
Watch Ferris, Tonto. I'll let him get away.
Me hold him.
Now, what's the matter, Bill?
This renegade I just plugged is dead.
You asked for it, Bill. You shouldn't
Not
feel
that.
too...
It's his face. Seems like I know him from someplace.
Ferris will tell us who he is. Now, how about the Sioux?
The boys run him off. They were scared to death, straddled their broncs, and hightailed it north.
Good.
Yeah, and I found out what they were aiming to do.
What was it?
Right into Wichita, loot the town.
I'm glad we stopped them.
Yeah, Say, I just remembered where I've seen the face of this dead renegade.
Oh, is that so? Where?
He's the brother of a school teacher. She's got his picture at the top of an honor roll. And his name with all the men who died with Custer at the Little Bighorn Massacre last year.
Mm-hmm. He was one of Custer's men. He must have deserted before they reached the Little Bighorn.
Yeah. A renegade skunk like him is just the kind who would desert.
If that's the case, it's better this way.
Sure, but I was just thinking about his sister, the school teacher. She figures the varmint was a hero. When I tell her that...
Why tell her, Bill? Man can only die once.
Yeah. Guess you're right.
We'll bury him out here. Turn Ferris over to the United States Marshal. The government has a pretty stiff penalty for renegades who incite Indians.
Sure. Wait here till I round up my scouts. We'll all ride back together.
It was several days later that Pawnee Bill received a message from Nan Stacy. He answered it by calling at the schoolhouse late one afternoon.
Oh, boy. Oh, there. Oh, wait just a minute, boy. Be right back.
Oh, it's you.
I got your note, Miss Stacy.
Oh, I'm glad you're here. I have something to show you. Won't you come in? First, I think I should apologize.
Apologize? For what, Miss Stacy?
Everybody knows how you and your Pawnee scouts saved Wichita from being raided. It makes me ashamed of what I once told you about Indians.
They're no different than the rest of us. Some are good, some are bad.
I realize that now after some of your brave Pawnees were killed defending us from the Sioux. I found out their names, and that's what I want to show you.
What do you mean?
It may seem unimportant, but it means a lot to me. I've put their names on my honor roll. See, they're right there with my brother and General Custer.
Yeah. That's mighty nice of you, Miss Stacy.
It'll be a constant reminder to me and my pupils that bravery has nothing to do with race or color.
That's right.
By the way, I heard that 2 renegade white men led the outlaw Sioux. Who were they?
Bart Ferris was one of them. He's on his way to the federal penitentiary. And the other one...
Yes?
Seems like I did know his name, but he's dead now. I can't remember.
It doesn't make any difference. I just hope that if there's any more Indian trouble, you and your Pawnee scouts are here to protect us.
We'll be here. And if that ain't enough, we can call on the same man who helped us this time.
The same... Who are you talking about?
The Lone Ranger.
Hail Silver! Hoy!
The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated.